Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. If you have a surplus of old shirts, we have a great idea for you. Why not make a t-shirt quilt? Joining me today to show us how to make a t-shirt quilt is Kayla Weathers from Quilter Square. Welcome to the show.
Hi, it's good to be here.
We're so glad to have you here. And I was talking to Kayla on the break, and I said, listen, I have all of these old shirts and little outfits from my boys from the day they were born up until current. And I'm saving them in a box that I want to use to make a quilt. So I'm so glad to have you here today because it's very informative, obviously. Now, first of all, what is your favorite thing about working at a quilt shop? I think it sounds fascinating.
My customers are my absolute favorite thing about my job.
Aw.
They're more like family than my actual family, and I love helping them get their quilts where they want them to be.
And now, do people bring you, do they bring you the materials to make the quilt for them, or do you have people that have certain levels of quilting experience? What do you see on a daily basis?
We have people that do everything. There are people that bring us all of the stuff they want, like with the t-shirt quilts, they bring us their shirts, and they just want the completed quilt.
Yeah.
And then we have people that like to make their own quilt tops, and then we finish them for them by doing the quilting. We have a very wide range. I also have customers that just design their own patterns themselves. They've never bought a store-bought pattern. They get their graph paper out and do it themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're going to show us actually today how to begin to start making a shirt quilt, right?
Yes.
So let's get started on that.
Okay.
What do you have here?
So the things you definitely need are, this is woven fusible. So it's a
Okay.
fusible fabric that helps your t-shirts not stretch.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's
Why is that important?
this helps when you're piecing them together that the shirt's not going to stretch on you. So your first thing that you do, so I'm like, I have no sleep shirts anymore now because here I am chopping them all
Using
up.
them on live
Yeah.
TV, aren't you?
Or like the shirts I dye my hair. So
And this is just you can use any type of shirt too, right? Does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, does it have to be cotton? Does it have to?
It doesn't. This stuff helps stabilize any type of material
Like
to where it's-
spandex also,
yeah.
and anything like that, really?
Anything you want.
Okay.
Like once we show that quilt, you'll see it's got some different types of things in it.
Right, right.
So first you want to cut bigger just because you're going to stabilize bigger before you cut down to the actual size that you want
Gotcha.
the finished block to be.
Now, do you have a lot of quilting material at your location too?
Yes, we have 4,600 bolts of fabric.
Okay.
We carry everything from modern to traditional, so we cater to a very wide variety of customers.
Yeah. And this, so you're laying this out on a board right here, right? What is this?
That's the ruler that we're going to use for squaring up.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha, okay.
we're going to act like I have an iron here. So you've got this cut bigger than what you actually want this squared down to be. And you lay the shirt with the writing down because you don't want that to get on your iron.
Gotcha.
That is a really big thing. And most of the time, like if you're actually ironing this, I would have a plain piece of fabric you don't care about on top to keep any fusible from getting on your iron.
So you have to, this gets pressed out, and then you have to size it from there,
Yeah,
right?
so we're going to act like we just did that. Boom.
Wow. Well, let's take a look at what a finished product of your quilt looks like. I thought this was beautiful. You brought this in. It's camo material, but it has all of the tags and all of the patches from a U.S. Navy military individual. And this is so cool, and it's such a great idea. I love it. It's just beautiful. And people can make this on their own, or you can make the quilts for them, right?
Yeah, we have classes on that as well. There's one coming up starting in March on doing this start to finish.
In March you have the class coming up? Great. Well, Kayla, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we have info on the screen if you would like to get a hold of them. They're right off of Moore Drive off of Nicholasville Road, and it's a fantastic location. Check it out. Go get some quilting materials. We will be back to wrap everything up right after the break. Keep it right here. You're watching Midday Kentucky.